What happens if, while performing critical surgery, the fire alarm breaks out? In such situations, patient safety is top priority. If possible, the surgery halts temporarily until it's safe to proceed or evacuate the patient, depending on the severity of the situation. Well, that was just a whole roller coaster of new fears unlocked and resolved in a rotation. Hospitals in the US have fire doors throughout the whole hospital. If the fire alarm goes off, those doors should automatically close. If the fire isn't on your unit, the hospital staff goes around closing all doors and everything continues as usual unless they are notified they need to evacuate. If the area you are in requires evacuation, everyone who can walk should walk out on their own. Anyone who requires assistance would be helped out of the area building until it was no longer safe to be in the area. Then it's up to emergency responders. But it's probably been a plot on Grey's. Wife was 40 years or nursing you will fire in the hospital drills and Ipu not patient catches fire drills. Hospitals have fire doors just for this reason to section off parts of the building. Look for the do not block signs in the halls. It's not just the surgeries, but the patient rooms cannot be easily evacuated. Like already said, they keep going. Happened to me. The hospital was under construction and they accidentally tripped the fire alarm. My poor mom couldn't find anyone that would tell her it was okay. During a follow-up she told my doc about it and he laughed and said, "Oh, that is what that noise was." A lot of air conditioning systems actually have smoke detectors built in on commercial buildings. They shut off before smoke can enter other rooms. All good replies here, but from personal experience, 99,100 at someone smoking in a bathroom or the fire alarm was pulled by a patient. Fire department loves it. Until otherwise notified, they would carry on. If a fire alarm rings in the hospital, the double doors at each corridor would automatically close, the surgery would continue and every medical staff would ignore the alarm and grumble that it's loud and the lights are flashing. Fire alarms go off often in US hospitals. At the hospitals I've worked at, it can go off daily because of something that happened in the basement or elsewhere. Sometimes it's a test alarm. Alarm fatigue sets in early. If there's the smell of smoke or actual fire sighting, different story. If there is a need for an evacuation, it depends on the case and where they are in the procedure. The surgeon would have to decide where they can safely stop. If need be, place sterile gauze or sponges to help hemostasis, staple skin, and the anesthesiologist could run the patient on Roman 4 sedation while intubated while manually ventilating the patient while evacuating. I've always wondered about this too. Keep in mind, not only can there be fires elsewhere in the building, the fire can be in your operating room. Surgery has highly concentrated oxygen, thermoelectric cautery, and flammable liquids, alcohol-based antiseptics, and even flammable anesthesia gases. This makes for a combustible combination. You wouldn't believe the amount of steps and regulations that need to be followed when it comes to hospital theaters design and construction. The HVAC equipment and fire safety equipment is extremely specialized and costs a massive amount more than normal construction. On the other end, the human error factor is also minimized as much as possible. The employees have to follow strict rules and regs for safety too.